We flew into Rome to meet our oat group and spend several days exploring before heading to the coast and our ship. Rome is for lovers, but it's just as easy to fall in love with Rome. The history, the architecture, the monuments, the statues and fountains drew me in. The narrow streets, centuries old, bounded by walls, have an artist's touch.
The church is spectacular.
Home to 3 million with almost as many churches, the economy flourishes on the streets, in cafes, and tiny shops galore. Pizza and pasta are standard fare on almost every menu, but one essential food stands high above all the rest: gelato. Tall monuments were middle-aged signposts guiding pilgrims, and fountains offered refreshment. Fresh roasted chestnuts are a tradition. Crossing the Tiber River, we headed to the Vatican.
Hello, sir. Sorry.
That afternoon, we boarded a bus and headed to the coast, stopping to pay our respects at Anzio. We stopped for dinner at a popular local trattoria and then boarded our ship, the Artemis.
First 3 hours of our trip is going to be a little bit rough. After that, I'm expecting much better and gonna be smooth.
Our first landing was on the island Giglio. Everything reaches Giglio by ferry. We traveled by van to Castello, a tiny village perched on top of Giglio, for the views and some walking. Next port of call was the island of Elba, home to Napoleon Bonaparte. Our chef serves breakfast as art. The next day, we headed down island to explore an iron mine.
How to say, the lightning island. So looking the island from the sea.
Our next port of call was the French island of Corsica and the port of Bastia.
Wow.
A bus transported us high in the mountains above Bastia to a cheese farm. That night, our ship sailed north to Carrara, an industrial city in Italy, famous for Carrara marble. That morning, a trip to the quarry was an e-ticket ride.
Marble everywhere. You are going to see better when we are extending. We are going to top of the mountain.
No,
È
fischia.
presente il film della vita è bella?
That afternoon, we took a train to Pisa. From Carrara, we anchored off Porto Venere to explore one of the Cinque Terre villages. We took a launch to shore. We hopped the ferry to the village of Monterosa to get the feel of the Cinque Terre villages. Returning to our ship, we departed for Imperia, where we had a date scheduled with a local farmer who combined a B&B with olive groves. After lunch, returning to our ship, we made way to the port of Nice. That morning, our chef was still making edible art. Nice is a large, modern city with historical Roman-era ruins. The violinist Paganini lived here. There is an open-air market in the plaza across from the beach. From Nice, we traveled to Monaco and Monte Carlo, enjoying the views along the way. Preparations were just about completed for the Monaco Grand Prix. Perhaps a hopeful starlet on the steps of Monte Carlo? Our last night aboard Artemis was a celebration of the ship, its crew and captain, our trip guide, and wonderful memories. But we still had several adventures awaiting us. The next morning, we boarded a bus to Cassis, a picturesque village known for its protective deep canyons and sheltered beaches. On to Marseille to explore the waterfront and city center. In Marseille, graffiti has risen to the status of popular art. The next morning, reluctantly, we said goodbye to our trip mates and took a train to Cannes to meet old friends. We drove up the mountains behind Cannes to Giglio. When we got back to Cannes, final preparations for the Cannes Film Festival were in full swing. That was our cue to say goodbye and head back to the States.